Well, hey there, Sunday school. All right, we've got a story called Jacob's Dream. So, if you remember who Jacob is, Jacob was Isaac's son. Remember his twin brother Esau, who was technically the firstborn, and Jacob had stolen Esau's blessings. So, he had taken away a very, very big thing from Esau. But he had been blessed. Isaac blessed him. And he said, now, Isaac said to Jacob, he said, now it's time for you to go get married. But he's like, I don't want you to find a wife here because all the women around here, they don't believe in the true God. And Jacob, I want you to be with someone who does believe in the true God so that you'll be encouraged in your faith so that you won't fall away. So Jacob said, yeah, okay, that is very smart. So he went back to where his mom, Rebecca, was from. Now remember, his mom was from Bethuel, and she lived with her family there, her mom, dad, or brother Laban, if you remember him. And they were a believing family, but then people in that town were also believers. So that's where Jacob set out for. So it was a long journey. So he started bright and early in the morning, and he made his trek. He just walked all day. But the sun was starting to set. So Jacob, and he was exhausted, and his feet just ached. So he decided to just stop in the middle of the, open desert ground and go to sleep. Take a break for the night. So he found a rock, and he's like, well, this will do for my pillow. So he used a rock to lay his head on, and he fell asleep. Well, in the middle of the night, he had a dream. And he looked up, and there was a stairway that was on the earth, but it was going all the way up to heaven. It led up to heaven. Then he saw angels, tons of angels, walking up and down, going back and forth from heaven to earth, all the way back to earth, and then all the way up to heaven, these glowing, beautiful, holy angels. And then when Jacob looked at the very top of the stairway, guess who was there? The Lord was there. So the Lord said something to Jacob before Jacob said anything, and this was in his dream. But the Lord was making this happen, right? So the Lord said, Jacob, I promise you, you are going to be kept safe. You're going to make it through this trip, and you're going to find a God-fearing wife, and then you're going to have descendants more than, and this is the word he used, more than the dust on the earth. If you think of dust, those teeny tiny little particles that like float in the air, and they're everywhere, right? You have dust for your mom and dad. So he said, you're gonna have descendants as many as the dust of the earth. And so Jacob, right then and there, he was afraid. He was terrified. He's like, this is God. I'm in like the place, a holy place right now. This is God's house. And he said to the Lord, he said, I will, if you provide for me my food to get through this journey, and after, if you provide clothing for me and keep me safe, then I can get married and then finally come back to my home, back where I'm moving from. He said, then you will be my God. And God promised him, I would do this. And Jacob made his vow, you will be my God. So Jacob fell back. Well, he was sleeping, but he woke up, and he took the pillar that he was laying on, and he set it up, or he took the stone that he was laying on, and he like set it up to be like an altar, like a place where you'd worship God. He set it up as a pillar, on top of a pillar. And he again made his vow. He said, Lord, I will follow you. I will do what you command me to do. I will serve you, and I'm going to give you a tenth of everything you give me. Now, if you think about what he was saying, he said, I'm going to give you an offering all the time. I'm going to give you an offering from whatever it is you give me. You give me all these animals, all this land, you give me servants, you give me just so much food and riches and everything. He's like, I'm going to give you part of that to show you that I love you. And that is the story of Jacob's dream. Bye, Sunday school.